Hold on, give me my theme music. Give me my theme music real quick. Hold on, real quick, man. Hold on. Turn me up. Hey. What's good, everybody? Welcome back. Hey, man, to another one, man. I'm your host, Lou. Welcome to Lou's Takes. I hope everybody, you coming in, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe to the content. I appreciate every one of y'all, man. We are trekking along, man. We are trekking along, man. Hold on. Let me turn the music down. I want to test something, make sure. See, I got a soundboard. I mean, it worked, Donovan. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the MP3. All right, I got some buttons if y'all can hear. You feel me? Salute to everybody coming in here, man. It's a lot to talk about. A lot of Cowboy news is happening right now. I'm excited because, I mean, football season is technically almost over. The Super Bowl is like, what, in 2 weeks, next week? But the Dallas Cowboys, the work never stops. We are in the off season, and there's a lot of interesting stuff that's, going around. And I believe the plan is being reviewed. We're going to touch some things today. I'm going to talk about the new hire. The Cowboys just made their first hire for the defensive staff outside of the coordinator, of course. You feel me? I'm going to break that down. I'm going to react. I got the full clip of Will McClay and Steven. It's going to be a long show. And then I got something special for y'all in the end. I got some, the Senior Bowl. I got the 1v1s, O-line and D-line, and I got receivers, and I got the Shrine Bowl. We're going to react to that, and we're going to break that down. It's going to be a long one. So y'all make sure y'all share this, man. You know what I'm saying? Push this to the algorithm, everything like that. But shout out to everybody, everything like that coming in here. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the content. Let's go. My button is working. So and I'm finna fill this up with more stuff, but it's okay, though. You feel me? Shout out to Devon Overton coming in here. Shout out to VI Cowboy, JVB boy. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. If you're watching on X, I appreciate you watching on X. All the ghost watchers be on X. You feel me? But we're gonna get right into it. All right. The Cowboys just hired. I put him on the thumbnail. If you didn't see, if you've been living under a rock, it's okay. I'm going to break down and break the news to you. The guy right here in the middle, new guy, Ryan Smith. You feel me? He's the first official hire. The Dallas Cowboys have officially hired him. He is the cornerbacks coach. He's coming from Arizona, the Cardinals, Thunder Gannon. Arizona, cornerbacks coach. It's the first official hire, and I'm going to give my initial thoughts to this. I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited for this whole entire process because Christian Parker is clearly laying out a vision and everything like that, and he's the first guy to join the fold. Some quick things on him. Ryan Smith has been with the Cardinals for, I would say, about 3 years. Would have been his 4th year if he would have stayed there. Yeah, Berto, you were right. We're definitely gonna get a corner. He's got some people. I like that he got the corner last year from Michigan, the one that I was actually iffy on, but he actually turned out to be something. I'm blanking on the outside corner name. Because Will Johnson is his name. He had a pretty good year over there. One thing about them, they are pretty much top in the league of not allowing the most allowing the fewest touchdowns. Okay, that mean they're very good at preventing you from getting into the red zone or getting into the end zone and everything like that. He has, one thing I liked in his, his background from me just reading on there, that he coached at James Madison. I think I saw that he coached under Kirk Cignetti. If y'all don't know who that is, that's the head coach of Indiana, who just won the national championship. He coached under him for a while. He has a lot of extensive, background as a safeties coach primarily, but as you know, in the league, he's now a cornerback coach. So that shows me he has a lot of, understanding from both, defensive backs perspective. And yeah, like I feel like he has done great work, and I trust this hire with Christian Parker because this should be a hire that Christian Parker should be like closest to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm an offensive line guy, if I'm hired to be the offensive coordinator, the easiest hire for me to make is going to be the offensive line coach, because I know, that's in my everyday field to field study. You know what I'm saying? That's who that's who I'm studying. That's my immediate contemporaries. You feel me? So I trust this hire and everything like that. I think it fits Christian Parker. And I think this is exciting news, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the first domino to be full of effect. I have a feeling I was gonna, react to it later on, but I have a feeling that they're finna wrap up the entire hiring process of all the defensive coaching staff like this weekend, because they've been making a lot of different interviews, and I feel like I would say it's a lot of offers on the table for certain coaches, but we have secured one in Ryan Smith. Now here's the downside, and this is the things I will say I'm concerned about, because I'm gonna be fair. What I'm concerned about is we're gonna talk about today that we're pretty much confirming that Christian Parker is indeed a Vic Fangio base in his scheme, which is a good thing in terms of something different, and like I respect Vic Fangio. The bad thing is, like I told y'all about that Vic Fangio tree, it comes from the same roots that Eberflus roots came from, and the only difference is that Fangio has more disguise and Eberflus is just line up straight up and play, which is what I hate. Then the thing, but I hate, they all come from that big tree, the roots of Monty Kiffin, which is that bend but don't break philosophy. And you can see it in the stats they highlight when you look them up, as in, passing touchdowns allowed. Like they don't give up, they allow the fewest and everything like that, which means they have a good job of putting up the umbrella, the roof, and not allowing that, which means they're not trying to break. They're not trying to allow the big play, which I would consider. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me turn up the music real quick. I got a phone call. All right, y'all, my bad. Had to take that phone call because that was very important. Let me go back. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all stayed with me. My bad. I had to, very important. I had to take that. You know what I'm saying? All right. I got some great stuff in the works. So that's that. So I was talking about like how they both come to the mighty different tree, and I'm iffy on that because the reason why I'm iffy on that is of course my preference is I want the Dallas Cowboys to be more aggressive. I want them to be a more attack base, but also the one thing, if y'all remember, well, if y'all could put it in the chat, what was the one thing that Shotty said he hated? He absolutely hated about the Eberflus scheme. He said he hated the lack of turnovers being generated. The lack of turnovers. And when I look at, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm being fair. When I look at Christian Parker, when I look at even Ryan Smith, they both come from teams that do not prioritize in getting the football. So I hope when they're coming here, because and we're gonna talk about it today, this defense, it's Christian Parker's defense, but we can't forget whose initial vision it is. This is Shotty's vision. He's the head coach. And I'm praying that the vision that Shotty laid out, he doesn't, you know, if you want something, you want it. And it's okay. Coaches can change. So I'm hoping that, you know, these guys who, yeah, I mean, we got roots in Vic Fangio, but they said it's with a twist. Hopefully the twist is we're being more aggressive and we're trying to go for taking the ball away because, you know, turnovers are very important. I would say, like, that's the one thing I very much so hated, you know, like within Eberflus' scheme. Like, we only got so many turnovers, but those turnovers fell into our lap. You know, we can't admit, like, I remember it was a Tricrease Bridges got a pick versus the Broncos and he got burnt on the play. You feel me? He got burnt on the play. You know what I'm saying? But it was a bad thrown ball and he got a pick. I think that was like the best way to encapsulate what's been going on. Like why that system did not generate turnovers and why Schottenheimer just didn't, you know, it was just a very reactive mindset. So that's my only prayer of us, you know, as we're getting these new coaches with the secondary coach and what they're coming from, the scheme that we're trying to lay out. My only prayer is that they're taking the vision and that the vision is still the same from the head coach and that we're trying to build a vision off that. That's Ryan Smith. Let me see what y'all talking about before we talk about the yes, I believe we're definitely going to, you know, draft corner in the draft. You feel me? All right. So let me get to the next news. And like transition to what else has been happening because like I said, I think this is the very first domino to you know fall into place in terms of hires, and we're gonna get into what I mean by that. Okay, so if you also didn't know, our offensive staff is being sought after. I made a short about it. Hope y'all see it. Y'all show love to it. Clayton Adams, as y'all know, he was requested an interview by the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Denied that shit. We denied that shit. I'm sorry. We don't care about no Eagles over here. You feel me? Denied it. So I'm glad about that. And then also, a lot of people are not talking about is that Lunda Wells has been, you know, getting a lot of, you know, hey man, he been getting a lot of interview requests and a lot of interviews being, you know, sent his way. And I'm very so proud of him with that. The Washington Commanders requested an interview with him. He had an interview with them. The Jets recently, I think it was a recent one, McCarthy. I think I just saw a report saying McCarthy, I don't know if he hired, I know McCarthy just made his defensive coordinator hire. I don't know if he already made his offensive coordinator hire. And there's one more team I'm blanking on that also, like it's 3 or 4 teams that Lunda Wells, you know, that's, you know, they pretty much requested an interview for. But also our assistant offensive line coach, Raymond Chin-Young is set to join Mike McCarthy as the assistant on his staff. Right now, he's the assistant on our current staff right now with the offensive line group and what we got, the resources we got in there. I'm very much so proud of what they built for in that offensive line room. And We have, of course, we got Connor Riley, who's the offensive line coach. We got, you know what I'm saying, Clayton Adams, who's the OC. But when I went there, if y'all been there, like Clayton Adams is not leaving the offensive line side pretty much, especially on indie or individual drills. Like he's on there. So, and then you got him, Raymond Chinyoung, who's there, and Dallas gave him high praise in there. So, hey, this is what it's all about. We can't keep our assistants forever. The whole point of being in a position is to grow and to get to bigger roles. I don't know why people think coaches are they just coach to stay at this role forever. I'm talking about somebody else because it was a big discourse on that, but. I'm happy for him that he's probably getting one step closer to being an official offensive line coach, and then probably becoming a run game coordinator, and then hopefully a coordinator here. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody, I'm just highlighting the offensive side of the ball, because when you're being sought after, the whole important thing, and shout out to Coach Marv, because he always said this, what the head coach is supposed to do is coach not only the players, but coach the coaches. You know what I'm saying? Having development within the coaches. That's how you know when you're trying to build something, that you have a structure in place. So we had that on the offense, as you can see. We're trying to get that for the defense. Like the offensive coaches are being sought after. As far as the defense, I'm gonna start with Clarence Hill, because shout out to Clarence Hill, because he, during the reports of like the DC search, he had insider information on Zach Orr, and we reported on that. The real relationship that Brian Schottenheimer, that he only truly had with somebody, was Zach Orr. The media and a lot of mainstream were pushing that him and Jim Leonard had a real relationship, but people did not actually sit and listen to what their head coach said. He said that, yeah, he know of Jim Leonard, but he gave an excuse to saying like, oh, we always are busy and everything like that, that I've never really kept in touch. Clarence Hill was the only one to report from Zach from when we initially interviewed Zach Orr for the DC, that not only that they have a previous relationship because they coached together, I believe in Jacksonville, that they remained in touch, which means they have a relationship there. So, and we already made our DC hire, but what would be a great addition to this, man, would be a home run, would be Zach Orr, who was from the Dallas area, who's a former DeSoto Eagle, which is literally on my neck of the woods. That's where like I grew up in DeSoto. Like all my friends, you know what I'm saying, with the DeSoto and everything like that. But they took Zach Orr out to dinner. He has, like I said, he has history with Schottenheimer. The only other thing we're waiting on is that New York and Harbaugh is drawing interest in him, because he was formerly, he likes to hire his previous staff, but Harbaugh already hired his DC. And if y'all don't know, that he also gave word that Charlie Bulling would be retained. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that means they fully hiring him, but if you're retaining somebody on the staff, and Charlie Bulling coaches linebackers as well, that means Zach Orr should be a free agent. I think Zach Orr still is in line to be a DC. He has one more DC interview. He has his name in the hat, and I think it's for the Chargers up under the brother, which is Jim Harbaugh. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think he's gonna get that. I don't want to wish negativity. I hope he don't get it, because I want him in Dallas. Because not only will he be a great linebacker coach, because he's developed some. We gave Eberflus that tag, which sure, he has some history, but somebody we have actual work of great linebacker play or great. Oh, and he'll be our run game defensive coordinator, our defensive run game coordinator for stopping a run. Great run defense, a better run defense than what we had. He did in Baltimore. We all know about the Baltimore run defense. He will be a great addition here. I'm speaking on Zach Orr, because he will be, one, people don't want to admit it, a great insurance policy to Christian Parker, because Christian Parker is young. We have to keep in our minds that we cannot, I don't know, but my therapist told me, and it's a good thing or a bad thing. The one thing about me, I won't make the same mistake twice. You feel me? I would not make the same mistake but twice. It only takes me once to learn it. And I feel like the Cowboys should adopt that. We made a mistake by hiring. Eberflus was a hire here to be the insurance for Shotty if he failed. But the problem with that is that we hired Eberflus. We didn't think Eberflus would fail. We should have saw it coming, and we did not have anybody on staff that was capable of taking over and firing middle of the season, like comfortably. And we cannot be in that state again. Having Zach Orr, who has former DC experience, who have experience leading a top 15 unit, that's way better than what our 32, bottom 20 or bottom 10 unit, bottom 5 unit. Having him on the roster, being an advisor to Christian Parker, and being there as insurance to Christian Parker would be huge with that. And also, he's here on the opposite end. So if Christian Parker fails, and if Christian Parker actually works out and he's the ultimate genius, that was my main thing. What people was afraid of hiring a up and comer DC that can turn out to be great. If he turned out to be great and he ended up going off, if Christian Parker ends up going off, he's going to get head coaching interviews, and people were so afraid of that. I'm like, no, if he's getting head coaching interviews because what he did as a coordinator, that means we had a top defense. So we can have a built-in, cohesion transition in place that Jerry was crying about that he didn't want to do with Eberflus. Here is that with Zach Orr. If Christian Parker succeeds too much, we got Zach Orr here to inherit smooth transition. You know what I'm saying? Keep the same vocabulary, the same verbiage, say all of that, and we have somebody with some experience. So this is a perfect hire. This will be a knockout of the park hire in that. Okay. Then shout out to Todd Archer. Talk about that. The guy I wanted to highlight what Todd Archer said was Robert Livingston, who coached safeties with the Bengals. I think they were talking about bringing him here. I didn't see Ryan Smith as the passing game coordinator. So my only thing is, not only thing, my guess, and I think it's a very great assumption, is that we're looking at Robert Livingston to not only come here and be the safeties coach, but be the passing game coordinator. So that's a name to pay attention to as well, because we need to get. If Zach Orr is here, I think he's automatically the run game coordinator. We're gonna need a passing game coordinator, and we're paying. And if y'all understand, I'm taking this offseason to really pay attention to this defensive hires, because I'm not gonna let that shit happen with Eberflus again, where we just let him slide under the radar and let him, just let him just come on willy-nilly and everything like that. But also, Denzel Martin. Hopefully, I pray we hire him. He was a good name during the week. The guy who coached TJ Watt over there with the Steelers, outside linebackers coach. Because I have hints that we're trying to move to a 3-4 or 34 defense, which I'm excited to see. And to see the personnel, and I want great coaching around it. And then the defensive line coach will be the big domino that will fall into place. Everybody under that assistance, I'll look into, but those are the guys who typically are in developmental roles as a coach. So cornerbacks coaches is set. We're going to need a linebackers and an outside linebackers coach. And then we're going to need a defensive line coach, and then safety. And then the two sub coordinators under the D coordinator, run game coordinator and passing game coordinator, who will be. Those are the big dominoes. We're going to transition immediately to reacting to it, but we should see all hired this weekend, because that's the way we're talking about. All right, let's get into reacting to, because if y'all haven't, that's what y'all come watch me for. You feel me? And I'm going to react to the Senior Bowl interviews. If y'all don't know, that this is where they basically spill their entire plan for the offseason. Very important information nugget. The one key that we didn't see Jerry. That's a good thing. You coming in, make sure to like and share to this, like the content, man. Shout out to East Dallas. He said you missed the show. Hey, shout out to you. Jay Battle was good. Headhunter, Rail was good. And shout out to everybody that's still, coming in here. Just give me make sure to like, share, like the content and everything like that. Okay.
Well, obviously, with the new defensive coordinator hire with Christian Parker, what kind of level of conversation have you had with him already in terms of what players maybe he looks for, types of mold in terms of players that you want to add to this defense?
Yeah, we've had general conversations to begin with, but he wants good players and he wants smart players, which every coach does. We'll get down to the nitty-gritty once they get the rest of the staff together, but we talked about our roster. He has a vision for the guys that we have, so it's off to a good start right now.
I want to talk about the last year with your department specifically. Obviously, been more active in the trade market in the last year than you could say in the past 2 decades. How has that affected your department, and what work has gone into it from y'all's department's perspective?
I mean, the work stays the same. We're going to look at and we're going to prepare for all those opportunities. And when they come up, you got to be ready for it. So I'm proud of the work that the pro department does getting ready for this. And then, whenever Jerry says we want to move and what we want to look at, we want to be prepared for that. So, and we're going to try and improve our team. And so we'll see where that takes us in the trade and free agent market and the draft and everything else.
This is going to be a defining year, in my opinion, for the work of Will McClay. I'll be honest with you, talent acquisition. Not only just drafting, I'm also looking in terms of free agency. Because the free agents, and we're going to talk about it tonight. Shout out to Henny on Bossland. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be very important, the talent acquisition, especially on the free agent side of it. I'm very interested to see how we're going to, because I'm telling y'all, this defense, in my opinion, needs an overhaul. We need an overhaul, and I need to see a huge overhaul with the defense. I really am, and I'm not the pampering consecrator. I'm not going to give them credit. I'm not going to change from this stance. There is nothing you can sell me on that this defense does not need a big overhaul. I'm just keeping it straight up. It doesn't. I understand Eberflus was bad. Personnel was an issue too. Personnel has been an issue from coordinator to coordinator to coordinator. And I'm not one of those people who's going to, cheer on the same bullshit that's been happening where we constantly go from coordinator to coordinator to coordinator with the same personnel asking for a different result. That's the definition of insanity. We need to do something different. I'm not going to accept it. Y'all can accept it. But here at this channel, I'm going to tell them and I'm going to hold them to the court of, okay, when are we going to finally learn? When are we going to finally learn? When are we going to finally learn? You feel me? That what happened last year and us being the 32 ranked defense, that was on Eberflus, but it was also on our laziness as well of not addressing the issues that was clearly there, or addressing them too late, or making new idiotic decisions severing a relationship with your star player.
Get 2 first-round picks. How much of a luxury is that just on the surface?
I just, having the opportunity to improve your team with 2 first-round picks, I think it's going to be huge. We'll look at the talent here, and depending upon where it goes, but having the opportunity and the flexibility with that is good as we try and rebuild the team and add stuff to it.
Yeah, and Steven had said in the season end press conference, unless there's a CeeDee Lamb sitting there in the first round, you would think that 2 defensive picks would be used on those 2 picks. The defensive class is obviously pretty strong this year. What do you have to say about the defensive class overall?
Again, we're just getting into it and knowing them. I think there is some strength in this draft. Is it top level, mid level? We're still decide that, but there is some talent, but there's guys that we want to add to the team. And with the first couple of first round picks, you don't ever want to say it's got to be a defensive guy. We're going to make our board for the best player available, but there'll be some options there, I'm sure.
Yeah, Will McClay. I know you're just giving the general answer, not showing your cards and everything like that, but the first 2 picks should be a defense, or we need to trade back.
In those meetings when Christian Parker's name came up initially, what were some of the things that stuck out to you that made him the right person for the job across the board?
Number one, everybody you talk to, nobody said anything negative about him. That was number one. Then when we got the chance to meet and talk to him, it's wise beyond his years, number one. But the way that he puts things together, the way he talks about the defense, his awareness to the front and the back end,
So that's one thing I would say. Like I was like slacking him for a while. I didn't like Christian Parker in the initial process because I didn't have no proof at first that he didn't like have any knowledge of the front end because he's been a passing game coordinator. Versus other ones I did have proof, but I'm glad to see like he impressed them on the the whiteboard. So yeah.
Excited to work with him because and the staff that he's going to put together, because I think there's some exciting things that we can do, and he's going to put us up front on the defensive side.
Have you already had any conversations with him about the type of personnel or type of player that you guys are scouting in this?
No, we've had some general conversations, and it's all we want the biggest, fastest, smartest, best guys. And we talked about a little bit defensively, kind of what the structure is going to be about and what we're looking for a little bit, but we'll dig into it when they hire the whole staff.
His past being in the secondary and the development track record he has there, what is it about some of the guys that he's had in the past, those Sertans, Dejeans, those guys that stands out and you feel like can translate to some of the younger players like a Revel or Bland even when he gets back healthy?
I ain't gonna lie, Waynesworth, that's a great perspective. He said trading Micah was the best thing they ever did because they were forced to see this roster for what it was. Boy, ooh. That's a great way to say it because it shows how they was half doing a lot of this part of the roster. One, like having like safeties that was clearly, waiver at all. Cornerbacks that were, on a downward trajectory. Like Micah indeed hid a lot of issues with this defense. And it's very, I don't understand how we was able to go 12-5 them seasons, like with this defense. I really don't. Like, there's a lot of turnover since then, but I'm just saying, like they didn't address the one tech situation until then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really hate that we got to constantly get our ass whooped I really hate that we got to damn near like get beat to a pulp to see our clear issue. I really do.
Just, from everything we've heard, number one is him being an incredible DB coach, number one, and then, with the scheme stuff, being even further. But I think that he's talked about
Lee Commander. Let me dream, Lee Commander. He talking about Luke. Jerry's on the yacht waiting for this daily report to veto. Man, my only prayer is that Jerry is phased more and more from this operation, man. I'm just being honest with you. Jesus Christ. Because, I ain't like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like Steven, but I prefer Steven over Jerry in this aspect of it. Jerry is gonna, Steven is gonna be more upfront while Jerry is gonna try to sell us, and I don't want you to try to sell us. Just tell me you're not gonna do it, rather than lie to me and try to put sugar on shit. Basically,
about some of the young guys, like he did talk about Revel and the ability and what he sees that some of the things that he can help him with, young players and making them better. He talked about the guys in the secondary, Bland and our safeties, and so he's got a vision for those guys. But when you
see, so, and I'm gonna talk about this because Stephen Jones. I pray that Christian Parker did not win over this damn administration because he sold them on a plan that they have for their current roster. I pray. My prayer is that we didn't go this route because we were comfortable and that we didn't want a D coordinator that was going to force us to change what we have or like adapt to what we have. I really like Revel. Like can I be honest with y'all? Y'all maybe I can agree. I'm going into this drafting like we don't have certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like Daddy. Hold on. I'm going in like Bland, I don't want to say he's like not, Bland is not on my team. He's on my team, but I'm drafting like he's not on my team. If I find somebody that's a Bland replacement, I'm going to replace Bland. If I find somebody that's a Malik Hooker replacement, I'm going to draft him. Like the only people I have currently on my team is the DTs. I only got DTs. That's how I'm going in. Like if I find somebody better than Overshawn, they're getting drafted. That's just me. I hope that I pray that this front office did not choose a guy that was comfortable for them so they can do, I don't want to say just less work, but like I understand that the personnel was not all the issue, sure, but don't, bro. Oh my God, like I don't want nobody coming in here that you sold upon, so you don't have to like. Somebody didn't tell you that your breath was stink, or somebody didn't tell you that your face was ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope we didn't get somebody that told that told us that we look good when we really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, JB, people were like, I pray that he didn't go in there selling him on the plan for Donovan Wilson. I pray. And Donovan Wilson is not on the contract. I understand that right now. Like, he's currently a free agent. But I pray that that was not in, you know what I'm saying, in the selling cards.
Developed Patrick Surtain and Mitchell and DeJean, and they've all been under his kind of tutelage. It gives us good hope, and knowing that he's a hell of a football coach and he'll improve that part as well as the whole defense.
During the interview process, how were you guys able to answer the question of like, hey, this is a young guy, first-time play caller, but we're comfortable with this? How are you?
The exhaustive search that Shotty's done, and all of us having a piece in it, and much like we do during the process with players, we're going to go through the car wash, and everybody's going to meet him and talk to him and get to know him. We're going to sit around and talk about what we think, and just that whole process has been incredible to be able to go and dig and find out maybe stuff that you didn't know. It was just...
Yeah, Leaches, you may be right. Hopefully he got a little bit of Shotty in him, Christian Parker. Hopefully he said he can sell on Bland. At the end of the day, like, he's not tied to Bland. Like, Bland is not his sponsor. This is a new coach. CP didn't draft him. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only prayer. My only thing is this, like, I really, like, in a normal, we're not a normal organization. A normal organization would adhere to the new coach's will and make do to see fit. On a normal year, I know my organization is not normal, but the only thing is this, I'm just worried that the time is still ticking with Dak. And this time that we may be having to jump through hurdles and impress you and convince you to see, and hold the mirror up for you to see, all this time is passing by and our window is like fading away because, Dak is here. That's my only thing. But you are right.
The way that we went about it and finding that guy, as well as putting together the staff, it's an exhaustive process that I'm proud to be a part of because we've got some good guys.
Now we talk a lot about the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, a side you want to improve. Where on offense do you think you can improve this year as well?
I think that we can. You've always got to have depth. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to.
Common sense. He said, "Be fair. We do got a lot of good young players on rookie deals. We need to get the best out of them, but still add more." I mean, like, who are the players on rookie deals that you care about? Like, I care about Ezra Raku. I care about Revel. Everybody else. You talking about like Maris? I do care about Maris, but like I'm not married to Maris. You feel me? Like if Maris does not fit what CP has going, I'm not afraid to move on. And I feel like as an organization, as a fan base, we cannot be, you know what I'm saying, tied to that. Like they're like organizations who the best defenses, they trim the fat. They're not afraid to trim the fat, even if the fat is new. You feel me? We can't be afraid to trim any type of fat. If you truly want to strive and chase after a championship, bruh, sometimes you're going to do like the Eagles, man. If you made a mistake of paying somebody $30 million, sit their ass on the practice squad in the Super Bowl. That's what the type of mindset I want to have. And I understand people, like, we do have guys in here. I'm not going to, give them slack because they're a rookie. The NFL stands for not for long. I'm not here to coddle. I'm here to win. And this is just the business of the NFL. You feel me? And it's in college as well, man. If your coach recruited you, that happened to me. If my coach recruited you, my coach ended up getting fired at the end of the season. New coach came in. He has no ties to me. We have to form a new relationship. And sometimes it don't work. Sometimes it do. But at the end of the day, fat must get trimmed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Have depth. That team that we had last year, that team's not, we're not promised to have those guys back. So we're always looking to improve the offensive side. I know Shotty's got a vision. We've got some depth there. We've got some guys there, but you're never one player away and something could happen to one and you got to have another one. So that's why we're looking at the draft in totality on offense and defensive players.
A third of the league is overturning either head coaches or coordinators at a super high rate. And it feels like this time last year we were talking about your extension. How much is continuity across the board from Schottenheimer in the front office?
Hey, shout out to Henny in the building. My bad, Henny. There's a lot of stuff. I'm going back and see it. Shout out to Henny. He said we finna say the Cowboys tonight. Nah, for real. We all finna say their ass tonight.
Office to you, helping this team press and build off of what they did in 2025?
I think that there's alignment and there's vision, and as long as all of the connected pieces are.
If y'all been watching me, bro, that is a trigger word for me, alignment and vision. Because true alignment, when you say you aligned and like for the vision, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not even talking about the offense right now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I pray that they're actually aligned. I am. But I like, bro, as far as the emotional, piggy bank for Lou, tell you right now, you've been depositing some lies. So when it's time to make a withdrawal, I'm getting bullshit out. And like, you know what I'm saying? That's my only thing. You said like you said you were aligned to Shotty early on, but he had to fight for Booker, and you drafted Blue, and you're still trying to force Blue onto him. Blue has a role on this team, but if you're truly aligned, that's all I'm saying. Like, all am I doing is this, bro. I'm seeing your previous scenes. What's the saying goes, man? Like, it takes like. It tells like from a first impression, if you make a bad impression, it takes like 10 impressions after that to make that person forget your bad first impression, something like that. That's my only thing. So yeah, go back.
Connected, we have an opportunity to continue to grow and do good things. I just think that the alignment helps us all say things, hear things, and
Lee Commander said, if y'all don't get serious threat on the edge to get to the QB, Quentin Williams and Clark will be neutralized very easily. I gotta disagree with that, Lee Commander. I agree with you. Like, we do need a serious threat on the edge, but I don't think Quentin Williams and Clark can be neutralized. In my humble opinion, it is easier to scheme a pass rushing edge. That is the easiest scheme. That's why I hate when people be like, oh man, he didn't get any sacks in the playoffs. Because it's so easy to scheme out of edge. How do you scheme out of edge? Easy. Run the ball. It's because it's less, like, you make it unpredictable for them when they pass rushing. Quick passes, quick timing, changing up the snap count. There's a lot of things you can do to throw off the rhythm of an edge. There's a lot of things. But a D tackle, it's harder for me, I would say, to scheme out. You can also quick pass it, but if they're a true threat as a D tackle, they can take over in a run game. I think it's harder to counter against a D tackle than it is an edge.
Look for things the same way. We're all in the same accord, and so that's exciting about it. And as we're building this with this new staff, we know as a collective group, we knew what we were looking for. We found that, and now we're excited to get the rest of the staff together.
How has Coach Schottenheimer evolved now going into year 2 as the head coach, and kind of the growth that you've seen from your position?
I think the first year gave him an opportunity to see a bunch of what happened there, and and being able to deal with those. But his growth as not only being a play caller of a really good offense, but the command he has over the team, the respect he has, just seeing him grow in that way. And like when he's putting together the staff, he talked about the things that he wanted. He went out to find those, and that was very, very impressive.
Free agency kind of moving as well. I know a lot of the focus now is on the draft with these kinds of events, but what do you feel like? Where are some of the areas you feel like you can look to there to sort of supplement yourself and position yourself for a draft where you have 2 first-round picks?
I think what we've always talked about is, filling the holes in free agency when you can and drafting the best players. So, we'll go through the free agency period. There's some good players out there. We'll have to figure out from a cap standpoint and all that stuff. But there are some good players out there, and we want to.
He said from a cap standpoint. That's why, bro, like, the ultimate test to tell me if they not doing the same shit as last year is how fast they sign Pickens. If they draw this shit out again, I'm not doing that same old shit that Jerry sold us on. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? The agent didn't talk to me. Oh, agent, he didn't agree to this napkin deal. Jerry, If you serious about competing, I'm not gonna believe. I would tell you right now, I would sell to the fan base if you go into this offseason and do the same shit you did for Micah without the trade. If you go in and drag this shit out and then y'all go and play that fake broke bullshit when we working with less money, I swear to God, you are not serious. I will sell it to the fan base. I will not believe any word in you because that's the same shit they always do. I know they finna get ready to attack GP. We already know that because so they can claim rights on him, they can offer him a deal. But the whole point is this: if we don't use the tag to truly what it is, and actually just buying us time to get a deal done, and we're not drawing this shit out, I'm not gonna think you're serious because we have a defense that we need to overhaul, and you're literally holding up $30 million, and you bitching and complaining and saying you don't have the money. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not going to have the patience this year. I'm not going to believe the hope and everything like that. I'm gonna root on my Cowboys, but I would not, in my deepest of heart, if they do that same shit this year. They're not trying to be serious. They're not trying to be serious because we're trying to go get bigger names for the defense. I'm already mad that the allocated resources are already lopsided when it comes to the defense. And if you continue to make more excuses, which are tools of the incompetent used to build monuments and nothingness, the rest of Cowboy Nation can literally believe that shit. I'm not going to argue with you because I already have these fan base, but they just. If Jerry tells them the sky is green, they're going to believe it's green. And that's their mindset. I'm not going to deal with that. My ultimatum for the Cowboys, to show me that you're truly serious. You up here, we're going to get to Steven. You're saying one thing we haven't done in a long time is really truly seriously participate in the free agency. The biggest step in that, you could be signing guys, but you need to get GP signed very early. If we are going in OTA, I don't know. Oh, it's gonna up until the draft because I think most of the damn free agency is gone by the draft. But if you drawing this shit out with GP, I'm selling them like, hey man, they're not serious because they still ain't signed GP, and I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna deal with that bullshit from the Cowboy Nation because they know because the front office knows how important it is. We need every dollar we can get for that defense. And if you bitching and complaining, playing broke like you always do, I will not take you seriously.
We want to address it, but we want to address it the right way with the right kind of guys. And once we get the full staff together, and we'll get a lot of experience from different places that will give us input on players that they've coached before, coached against. So it just adds to it, and we'll find the right guys if we're able to do some things in free agency.
Last one, that's an exciting challenge for first round picks. I mean, it's got to be exciting for your department, right?
He said, I didn't see my bad. I'm seeing your comment. He said, down the stretch, you seen firsthand Williams and Clark being neutralized down the stretch. I know Williams got hurt. I wouldn't say they were neutralized though. Because the thing is, Lee Command, this is how I know they weren't neutralized. During the best stretch of my Cowboy life was last year when we beat the Eagles. That I think it was the Chiefs. On that short week, we were rolling. It was like 3 wins right after the bye. One key thing that I knew that changed for us, and this is why we were preaching, bro, people started to respect us in the run game with the DTs. You said we got counter probably versus the Lions game. No, but the thing is, I've been preaching to people is that the main issue with that defense was our cornerbacks and our safeties. Our back end was so bad. People kept blaming the linebackers, and I'm gonna keep preaching it. I don't know why you were blaming the linebackers. The linebackers were not great. They were average. They were literally average, maybe slightly below average, but people were saying they were the worst in the world. No, your problem was your back end. Bland was getting cooked. Revel was getting cooked. Your safety play, it was safety, whatever safety you had out there was getting cooked. Pure, it was bad. We had blown coverage assignments, blown, communications. It was the back end. We lost the Lions games single-handedly by special teams in the back end. Swear to God. I swear to God, y'all. Y'all know I was here watching the film every game. Duh, it was the back end. So I wouldn't say we didn't get neutralized in front. They started. They finally, because that was the game. The Chargers game was they finally started attacking Rebel. I was like, bro, when they gonna start attacking Rebel? Rebel's clearly out there limping. That's just me. Shout out to everybody in here. Make sure y'all coming in here. We got a lot of people watching, man. Like the video. I know y'all coming in. Y'all see this great content. You know what I'm saying? give me a like. You feel me? Keep going.
To be able to look at those two opportunities and hope that you can hit on them?
Yeah, I mean, we go through the full process like we do every year. Now we have the opportunity to potentially get 2 in the first round. So everybody's going to be digging, doing the work, knowing the importance that those 2 picks will have on us, not only next year, but in the years to come. So just digging and excited about doing that and getting an opportunity to see what we can do with it.
A couple Senior Bowl ones just for me is having a guy like Drew taking over the Senior Bowl who's been in the building before. Does that give you any sort of continuity there in learning kind of the way that they've set up this draft?
No, I think Drew's done a great job in putting this together and doing it, and we've got some familiarity with him. I don't know if he'll do us any extra special favors, but maybe I'll call some of those in. But
Yeah, I hope they're using every resource they can. I mean, that's the one thing about being a very popular franchise. We got people everywhere, in high places. So hey, use everything we can, please, Will McClay, because I'm telling y'all, we need to get this draft of the top 100. So let's say, like, if trade back scenarios and everything, like, of the top 100, I know we only got like 2 picks in the top 100. Put how many picks we need to go right for this draft to be a success. So, like, even if we trade back, we get 2 extra picks. Like, how many hits do we need in this draft for this to be a success? Everybody go. I'm gonna keep playing it, but I'm gonna react to the numbers y'all put in there.
Him being involved with us, knowing how we work, calling and getting input from us, is putting it together. So I'm excited for him for this opportunity. But hey, he better help us out a little bit.
What does this week mean to you, just to be able to get out here and get eyes on some of these prospects?
This is the exciting part of the job, because we hear about these guys from different people, and now we get an opportunity to figure it out ourselves, figure out who they are, just start that process. So this is the exciting part, and that's what we do all the work for, putting grades on them, and then we get to find out who's ours come whenever the draft is. Good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, see, we're finna get into Steven. See, y'all got the same thing as me. Jesse Harvey said 7. 7 is a lot. Let's ask him, like, realistically in the draft, how have a good draft if you have 7 picks, you need to hit on, I'm not gonna say 50, I'm gonna say 60. If you can give me like 40 between. Give me, I'm gonna give you this. Give me the percentage I need you to hit on is a top percentage and 3-point percentage in the NBA. Like, you shooting great if you shooting like 40 to 45% in the NBA from 3. That's around a percentage of your picks I need you to hit on for you to be a successful draft. Like last year in the draft, I would say we hit on 1.5. Rebel's gonna be a hit too, but the main issues we had in the Rebel pick is that he was a future pick. He was not gonna be a right now pick. As a Raku, he had a solid year developing, but the only key contributing guy you can actually depend on from the past draft was Booker. That was then, you know what I'm saying? So we can't have drafts like that. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of that draft we had last year was inactive. If you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? We can't have a draft like that. We cannot. They're gonna have Will McClay. This is gonna probably be like a career defining draft for you. Career defining all season too. We're gonna include free agency in that as well. Trades too. This is going to be the career defining. How will we, cook with that? You know what I'm saying? But if we can hit on 4, if we say if we trade back one of them picks and we get 3 extra picks inside of 100 and we hit on all of them, and a hit for me is like being a contributor to you don't have to be a star. It don't have to be stories made on you. Who's a low end player that end up hitting that really didn't, contribute, you know what I'm saying, in the past? I'm blanking on, maybe it's like a corner, you know what I'm saying? A great solid year we got from you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think the low end, because I think a lot of people thinking I just want shit. You know what I'm saying? Hits. You know what I'm saying? It don't always have to be hits. Let me get into Steven. I think I spelled his name right.
What went into that process, and how excited are you for it?
Well, first of all, it was very thorough. Certainly hats off to Coach Schottenheimer and, putting a great group together. I mean,
Yeah, hey, I give my front office, I have my gripes. I'm gonna be fair. That was it was very thorough. I just wish they included just a little bit two more guys. Damn it, front office. Just like if they had like one whale in there and they had the same exact process, I promise you I wouldn't be giving them like any type of slack. Like if we at least sent a friend request or like, you know what I'm saying? What Henny say? Sent the little third grade note. Do you like me to Brian Flores or Raheem Morris? And they said no. I promise you, I would be my mood would be a lot better. I'm like, Lou, that's your low bar. Yeah, I just want them to. We was in a desperate state, and I don't want a desperate man. Don't make excuses to put food on the table. They're gonna do whatever they can. You know what I'm saying? Like if you truly desperate, you're gonna try. You're gonna look up every. I just felt like we weren't in a position of privilege. We weren't in a position to be like, oh, let's be very methodical. No, we need to be methodical, but literally taking all the shots. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
got to really visit with a lot of top defensive players around the league, and learned a lot about defense, a lot of different systems. As a lot of these younger guys were passing game coordinators under some of the top coordinators in our league. So at the end of the day, we just felt like Christian was a good fit.
See, and like this is why you gotta read subliminals, man. This is why we were telling y'all that the secondary was the biggest disappointment of the season. Like Steven noticed it. A lot of the guys they brought in for the head coaching jobs, the defensive coordinator position, they held what position? They were passing game coordinators, which means like I can tell you every day going to work, Shotty was probably very disappointed what was happening on the back end. He knew. That's why like the echo chambers were wrong, man, when they was just pointing out linebacker. Linebacker was not great, but your secondary was fucking terrible. It was disgusting, man. We couldn't tackle, we couldn't cover, couldn't commute. I'm tired of beating a dead horse.
As I said, there were a lot of qualified guys that could have done a great job, but Christian really made the most sense for us, what we're wanting to do, what he what he explained to us, and the vision he gave us for using what we think are, some key.
Hey, you talking real good right there, Lee Commander. You had the baked beans with the cut up hot dog. I'm getting hungry.
On the defensive side of the ball. So, just look forward to working with him. I know we're hard at it again. Going to fill out his staff now, and Coach Schottenheimer and Christian have done a great job putting together a good group of candidates, and we'll do the same thing. We've Zoomed with most of them, and we'll have the rest of the guys in here probably starting tomorrow.
You guys have seen that Eagles defense up close and personal, of course, the last couple of years. You've known Vic Fangio a long time. How much about the Vic Fangio scheme can you expect from Christian Parker and his little nuances specifically? How can you expect that?
Well, you couldn't have said it any better. I mean, obviously, we know Vic. We interviewed Vic for a job here, head coaching job at one time. And
yeah, see, me being a young fan, I did not know that. The Vic Fangio, he interviewed here. Did not know that. Great nugget for us. Great nugget indeed. So they should know Vic. Hopefully they got some old notes, they
have nothing but respect for the job he's done there in Philly. But at the same time, Christian, walked through some things that if it were his to do, he'd do a little different. And
this gives me hope. I listened to this interview like 3 times. I don't know, something like it's so good when you listen to things more than I did not know he said it in this way. Yeah, this gives me hope. I don't think it's gonna be fully Fangio. This is why I said like people were like, "Oh, he's a big Fangio disciple." I knew it. Hopefully, these things he talking about he would do differently. They ain't small changes. Cause I'm gonna get on Christian Parker. I'm gonna get on your ass. I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God. Like, it sounds like he's bringing his own scheme, and I pray. My only prayer. I don't really care what he bringing in. I just want it to be more aggressive. So So this is so you know look, I'm brainstorming here with me. When I hear him say that that he wish some things he do differently. Hopefully the thing he did differently is that we went to go get the ball more. Because that's the thing that Shotty wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because now if that's the thing he wanted to do differently, that's aligning with Shotty's original vision. What was it? I keep going back to what Shotty hated about Eberflus the most. The one thing he hated about Eberflus the most is that he did not get turnovers. 14 turnovers in 5 games. No. 5 interceptions in 14 games. I had that in one of my older videos. I literally put that stat at the time mark when I made that video. When I made the video on Overstreet and Andre Curtis. 5 interceptions in 14 games. All 5 of those picks were reactive picks. They were picks that either tipped and fell into our lap, or like Tricurize Bridges, I keep reiterating, where he's getting burnt on the play and literally Bo Nix just completely whips and throws it. Like the guy is running a slant, right? And the receiver's like, he got probably like a yard of separation, but Bo Nix throws it a yard behind the receiver. And Tricurize comes with the pick. That's what I'm trying to illustrate to you is how so reactive that scheme were. If we were to get turnovers, all those turnovers were literally by accident. That's what I'm trying to say to you. We did not attack the ball, mainly because we were playing a lot of zone, being very reactive, playing scared, not trying to get beat over the top when we were still the Bland pick six. You're right. How did it happen? We was in man, JV. Remember that was the game that I think we first sit down Diggs, right? And he was playing man more. And so and Bland was playing man. He was doing more man with the lower caliber DBs. Remember everybody was selling like, oh, we don't need Diggs and everything like that when they were playing more man. But we all know that, bro, remember, even in that game, we played man, but Eberflus went right back to that Eber zone. You feel me? It was very but we knew the aggressive coverages was not in Eberflus's game. That's my point. Good point though. We was a man. We was definitely a man, but we didn't play man all the time. That's my thing. He was scared. Man, if we made one mistake in man, right back to zone. That's how scared he wasn't to play.
We really liked some of those wrinkles he'll bring as well. But obviously, Vic's one of the great defensive minds in this league.
You're right. There was no tip. You're right. That was an aggressive pick. But that's my point is like we was in man. That was one of the rare times. The few times we was in man, we had the lowest percentage of playing man coverage the entire year. We ran like, Henny, you still here? What was that number? We ran in zone. Was it like 55? He said they got the other foot hurt.
Nothing but respect, but he's learned a lot from him. Learned a lot from other coordinators that he's worked under, and just felt like he's going to do a great job for us.
You mentioned the larger pool of candidates this time around. What was it that set Christian apart or kind of made him a little bit different from some of the other guys in a good way that made you say, okay, this is our guy?
I think, obviously start with Coach Schottenheimer has a vision for, the type of, defense he wanted to have that complement what we do on offense. And, at the end of the day, it was Christian's vision, not only for the type of defense he wants to play in terms of the personality it's going to have and, the type of culture he wants to create over on that side of the ball, but also, the wrinkles that he could bring that really would fit the pieces that we have in place.
You had talked about earlier.
Yeah, see, that's I'm praying, bro. Like I'm praying, Steven, that wasn't. Please not be like logistically, it makes sense to have that as a bullet point. But I'm praying because I know my Cowboys, bro. I pray that was not like a huge thing for y'all to convince y'all that he can work with the pieces you have in place. Because you don't have many pieces that I respect that's in place. I really don't. I can count on one hand of the pieces I want in place. I can see in place for one more year. I'm praying, y'all.
How important it was to get a communicator in that position. Were there elements of his communication that were on display through the interview process?
Yeah, you're right. 5 points to start. Yeah, Parker and the new hire from the Arizona Cardinals, they were both middle of the pack in terms of turnovers. They're gonna definitely change their coaching. Hopefully, Parker always had a vision he always kept in his back pocket.
He's very, very smart, great communicator, which at the end of the day, one of our top priorities is to be a great teacher. These defenses are very complicated, but at the same time, you want to, and he was really good at explaining it not only to Coach Schottenheimer, to Will, but to Jerry and myself. But you want to make complicated things.
80% zone is insane, Henny. See, like, yeah, that man, that boy, we saw a man once every blue moon. Blue moon.
Seem easy, so the players can use their athletic ability, play fast, do the things you want them to do, have the identity you want them to have on that side of the ball. And he was just outstanding. He's obviously very, very bright, and I think he's going to be an outstanding teacher. Obviously, his track record speaks for itself. Some of the players he's developed, and Surtain, Quinnen up there in DeJean in Philly. He's done a great job developing players. We certainly need that in our back end. And then, love his thoughts on the front seven as well. So, and the ways that he's going to get pressure. I mean, we certainly need to do all the above.
What are the types of coaches you're looking for to fill out the rest of the staff? If you had a vision in what you wanted in a DC, what would that be for the rest of the staff?
Oh, I think it's.
Hey, salute Amp, man. Man, I'm so glad of the news I heard, man. We had you in our prayers, man. Salute Amp, man. Amp in the building.
It's same thing. I mean, you want to start with great teachers. I mean, these young guys want to play fast. They want to come in here. They want to learn. You want to give them a chance to be very successful. And I think it all starts with how you communicate and how you teach.
Jerry and yourself have talked about opportunities to make some big moves this offseason. How do you see that potentially manifesting in free agency and your overall, strategy going into 2026 offseason?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's guys that we want to keep from last year, whether it's a George Pickens, whether it's a Javonte. Those are all guys that play into, the free agency picture at the same time.
Ooh, I'm glad he followed up with some real names, because he had me nervous when he said some guys I want to keep.
Obviously.
Yeah, he had me nervous on that, man. He really did. Yeah, he had me nervous on that, I swear to God.
So we've got work to do on the defensive side of the ball. So between free agency, between the draft, there's a lot of resources there that we can use to make our defense better.
If George Pickens, how confident are you guys that you'll be able to get a long-term deal?
Yeah, we won't get into any details right now. Certainly, we want George to be back here.
Steven, don't piss me off. I don't care how you get it done. I need that $30 million that you finna take up with that tag. I have no excuses. I don't give a damn. You better give me that $30 million to build this defense. I need all $120 million, period. Point blank.
Dallas, and we'll certainly go from there.
Will was talking about kind of marrying the free agency portion of this first so that you can go into the draft looking for best players available. Just as you started to look over the pool, how strong do you feel this free agency group is, and do you feel like it is strong enough to where you could make kind of a multitude of additions like you did last year to set yourselves up for this draft? Really
I mean, obviously that's where we've had our most success, is really trying to go through our list of needs and trying to fill those in free agency, and then that allows us to cut and shoot when it gets to the draft and get the best player available. So that's certainly our goals. Will's done a great job with his staff, whether it's the pro side or the college side, of really looking at where the strengths and weaknesses are of the free agency class as well as the draft.
I know it's early in the offseason, but have you guys had any chances to talk with representation, Javonte or Pickens or Jadeveon yet?
We've certainly visited with Javonte. Hadn't had those visits. A lot of those happen at the combine. Obviously, we're.
So he confirmed they already started talking with Javonte on that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna get my thoughts on that. I want Javonte back, and I know he's important with Brian Schottenheimer. I was seeing some of the numbers that they were trying to think about paying him. I know it's supposed to be market value, but I'm just being honest with you. The way I'm viewing Javonte is, bro, like he's very much so replaceable. What he did, because like like I said before, him coming to Dallas revitalized his career. Javonte had a very bad rep to his name. He was injured, I think it was 2 years before. But when it comes down to it, I want Javonte back for the right price. But them prioritizing and quickly, here's my thing. I'm gonna get him this. If you're gonna bring back Javonte, also go get Rico. Or here's my thing. Either don't sign Javonte and bring me in 2 quality backs that fit shoddy, whether it be one free agency or both of them in the draft. Or if you're gonna sign Javonte, actually pair him with somebody. I don't want to be paying him money like he's a workhorse. When one, the workhorse back philosophy does not exist anymore. And 2, he's clearly not that. As you can see, Shotty did a good job of maintaining his health throughout the season. And as you can saw, him being the physical back he is, it waned like we predicted. And this is why we were so adamant on that, telling people how it's so important to go get another back in that. Bannaconda is still on the screen, but the problem is this man right here. Stephen Jones. He's playing. This is why I'm talking about those bad deposits they made in my mind. I can't get out. Talking about align with our head coach. The main sponsor for Jadon Blue is Stephen Jones. It's Stephen Jones. It's clear as day. Whenever he sits down with Eagleton, I think his name, or Eagleman. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, or Kyle Yeomans for them exclusive interviews. Whenever they ask about running back, Steven he's always bringing up Blue. So, what I'm saying? He's always bringing up Blue. That tells me that Blue is a very much so important to him. Very, very important to him. And I told y'all, the Joneses, they don't never make football decisions. All their decisions be business decisions. Steven likes Blue because the Cowboy Nation, deep down in their heart, they want that thunder and lightning combo like they had with Zeke and Pollard. The problem is this: we hired Brian Schottenheimer, who's one of the rarest football minds who come from the mantra of not having a true lightning incorporated into the run scheme. What he has is a thunder and thunder. He likes to have 2 people who can punch on the defense. That's what he has. He likes to wear down a defense. His entire run scheme is a power scheme, which means a lot of inside, a lot of indoor, inside runs, a lot of runs within that. The reason why he likes the power combo is because he wants to build the offensive lineup who can very much so generate the yards before contact, which is before the running back actually gets touched. The power back is supposed to go get those hitting yardage after the contact. And this is why I said Jadon Blue, he's not an RB1. He's not an RB2, especially in this scene. He's an RB3. Jadon Blue's role on this scheme is what they try to do with Turpin. They need to take the ball all the way out of Turpin's hands on offense and give it to Jadon Blue. That's just me. Remove Turpin out of it. Put Jadon Blue back there. I think he'll be much better at it. But them trying to incorporate him in here and actually make him something he's not, it's not that. And then another big aspect of why, Schottenheimer values the power back is the pass protection aspect of that. Because a lot of Brian Schottenheimer's concepts are long developing concepts. He likes to attack the middle of the field, middle to deep. And you're going to need pass protection. And teams know that you like to do that. So they're going to send what? A lot of fire zone pressures, a lot of added blitzes. I mean, bringing more than we can block, bringing simulated pressures, and having a personal protector for Dak, a last line of defense, which the running back is. We need to have a very reliable insurance, and Javonte is very damn good at that. Javonte will literally flatten somebody off that. You know what I'm saying? Can't say the same way, about Blue. This is why it's important to, get somebody else in here with that. Blue can be dangerous, but Blue does not get more than 5 carries on his offense. Maybe if we're beating somebody's ass, he'll get some more. But I'm talking about in a normal, if we're going, okay, here's my thing of it. Here's the best way I can say of it. Did y'all watch the NFC Championship game? Did y'all see the Seahawks? Can y'all name me the finesse backs? This is why, this is another why I've been preaching winter is coming, how important it is to have a double back system that's all power within that. Because did you see how dangerous Kenneth Walker was when it wasn't as cold, but did you see how dangerous it is? Or here's a bag that people like literally like finding me up. That's why I don't get mad at people. I just be early. I know my football mind, it's advanced. But at the trade deadline, I was saying that we should have traded for Ramondre Stevenson from the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson is absolutely wrecking right now. And that extra cold ass game versus Denver, he wore Denver ass down. He wore their ass down. There ain't thunder and lightning, but I'm just saying, like, how Shotty wants to run his scheme, it's thunder, thunder. It's thunder, thunder. With a sprinkle of lightning. Thunder, thunder, sprinkle of lightning. And that's how he been doing it. Him and his dad been doing it for a 40-year span. So, that's why, like, I need them to get serious about that running back position. There's no team with 2 wide receivers banking over 30 million that wins anyways. Cowboys should be leery if this offense is winning. I ain't gonna lead commander. That's a conversation a lot of people are not ready to listen to. Because and shout out to Henry, we had a great argument on it. My whole argument is this: like, I literally said you do not need George Pickens to win a Super Bowl. I'm not saying you don't need a wide receiver too. I'm just saying you don't need two. You don't need Randy Moss and Steve Smith I'm blanking on the Hall of Fame Niners receivers. I'm thinking about some. You know what I'm saying? You don't need 2 Hall of Fame caliber receivers on your team. It's nice to have them, but like it's not a need per se. But having Pickens here does a lot of great things for us. I'm really interested to see how Cowboy Nation is gonna react to this. When we're having that. But like the one thing that needs to complete this, I've been preaching to people, bro. When they finally give Shotty once he wants, like I promise y'all, like Shotty had a number 1 offense and he didn't even get everything he wanted just yet. Jerry Rice, appreciate it, Jesse Harvey. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get but I promise y'all, bro, if we have Pickens, imagine Pickens, Lamb, and we have Javonte and maybe somebody on the caliber of Ramondre Stevenson, or if we actually go get a second, if we actually have a legit power tandem, I don't think y'all understand how insane it is to have that on the team. Shout out my mama, you know what I'm saying? She said Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice. Most people don't understand it, but the Cowboys had a chance to go get what's his name? I just said his name, Randy Moss. We had a chance to draft Randy Moss, but we didn't because we already had an alpha receiver already on the team. And, 2 alphas don't mix like that. It never really works well as far as wide receiver. Because a wide receiver position in general, the whole position in general is meant to be selfish. They feel like they can only contribute to the team if they have the ball. If you have 2 people like that, of that same dynamic, it's really hard for you to, to make that work. It's really hard for you to make that work. That's why it's a normal flaw. That's why, like, if you have a number 2 receiver, and a lot of times they know they're a number 2 receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we have Michael Irvin, I'm losing all my names. I'm flowing, but I know who I'm talking about. Our number 2 receiver, who's also great. with Michael Irvin. I'm blanking on his name, but he knew he was the number 2. He knew Michael Irvin was the head of the totem pole. There was no issues with that. Same thing with Jerry Rice and his number 2. It's the same. It's the same. You might have a situation where you have 2 really good receivers, like what the Rams did with Torrey Holt and Alvin Harper. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all, but y'all be helping me out. I'm blanking out right here. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain dynamic that we are really trying to push, what we're trying to do with having Pickens, and I hope it works out. I really do. I really hope it works out. He said, DX, I'm not going back. I understand you're not going back, DXF Flash, but only thing we're telling y'all that we want you to get serious about the entire team. That's it.
Still, got some time before free agency starts, and not able to talk to them.
Ooh, keep Pickens and trade Lamb. Ooh, nobody. I love Lamb, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Now behold the Lamb. Keep AA here, man.
Those guys.
Let's do it all we can, man. Like, what we doing is going all in. it's also it's us trying everything, and it's also an experiment for the future because it's gonna give us a good thing to learn from. The Cowboys love learning and drawing from the past. They do.
Free agency starts, but we're always visiting with representatives about our players.
What's kind of the approach of fixing the defensive side of the ball this offseason?
Well, it starts with what we just did, with hiring our defensive coordinator and come up with what type of players we want to be successful in the scheme that he gave us a vision that would utilize the pieces that we already have in place. And then ultimately we'll need a vision for, where we need to improve. And, that's where it starts. But it'll start by having a really strong coaching staff, which we're off to a great start with Christian and off to a great start with the candidates that we've been visiting with. And then the next steps will be to obviously improve through free agency and the draft.
How have those conversations gone with Christian about the type of players that you might be looking for in the draft and through free agency so far? What are those types of players?
Well, obviously we're just getting started, and Christian just took the job. The focus right now has been on filling out his staff. We'd like to have
My one criticism I have for Christian was I know this man very well. I know Christian's. It's a good thing he said he doesn't have a type. You better get one very fast. That's all. Because like I said again, this man right here does not make football decisions. This man right here makes business decisions. Because somebody put it, A64 Cowboys said it. Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. It's no mistake that we know how to build an offensive structure that can succeed. You know why? Because we're trying to put on a show. But it's mighty funny. We act real goofy when trying to build a defense. We forget, and that's what I'm trying to get Cowboy Nation to understand. We have forgotten the defense for too long. It's time that we actually get serious in building this defense out. So I know, Christian Parker, you don't have a type. You need to get one fast. If you like short corners, you better tell them you like short corners. If you like tall corners, you better tell them you like tall corners. Based off your history and everybody you have taught, the only person who probably would prefer tall corners is the guy you just hired in the as a cornerback coach today. But even then, because I looked it up, Will Johnson's like 6'2". He's a tall ass corner. But taller corners are taller than that. So if you want to get a dog or a technician, I advise you to have it. And this is why this is why it's important to understand that we do not know his scheme just yet. The plan is getting revealed more and more. Him targeting the outside linebackers coach purely for pass rushing. You know what I'm saying? We have an idea what he wants, but we don't know what he wants. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing.
have that staff in place, and then we'll be having intense meetings with the type of players that we want to have to fill out what it would take to fulfill his vision in terms of the type of defense that we're going to play and where we're short as we stand today.
How soon are you hoping to have that staff finalized?
The goal would be by the weekend.
Yeah, that's why when I say they finna hire everybody by this weekend, they finna hire everybody by this weekend. Get ready. We already got one hire. I feel like we finna get the rest of the hires by at least Sunday. Because when Steven say something, Steven don't bullshit. He don't know how to sell. Jerry know how to bullshit. Steven is straightforward.
If we could. Now, could it linger? It could. But, we've had a lot of great visits, and we've got a lot of guys who are going to be coming in, who've made the next step that we want to bring them in here and get on the board with them, and Coach Schottenheimer and Christian get in there and see what we can do with it, and hopefully find a lot of good coaches here.
And from what you've learned up to this point in your conversations with Christian, when you get to training camp in September and all the things are starting to come together, what are some of the things that you'll want to hear or describe this defense as kind of X, Y, and Z?
Well, let's start with our foundation. Obviously, we've got three really good interior defensive linemen, and what the vision is for those guys. We've got
two.
Got a great draft pick that we think has a huge future in Ezaraku. Certainly overshown. We've got, big time thoughts about, and we obviously going to get Bland back, and we've got a good young corner in Revel, but that's kind of the foundation, and then you start to put the pieces in.
I'm so glad. This is Will McClay. Maybe you need to have a meeting with Steven. Hopefully because Steven's straightforward. The safeties was not in the foundation. I'm so glad. I don't think y'all understand how happy I am to hear that. I only hope they lead through this. I'm so happy. I'm so glad. They named 2 corners. He named 2 corners as in the foundation. I think Bland got one more year of being a foundation, or one more year of selling to us that he's a part of the Dallas Cowboys foundation for the future. This is the last year, in my opinion. If he gets hurt or if he has another down season, I think Bland is out of here. And according to his contract, I think next year you can actually move off of him, and it won't be as much as like a dead cap. It wouldn't cost as much against you. So Bland has to get it together.
Place from there, whether it's free agency or the draft.
I just have 2 more. One, Donovan Wilson had experience with Christian Barker and their time in A&M together. How do you guys view him ahead of his free agency?
Yeah, I mean, those would be all things we sit down with. I mean, we just got Christian on board, and like I said, the focus has been more about the coaching staff and who he needs to have on his staff versus going through each individual player.
And then if you guys could accomplish 2 or 3 things this offseason, you could even say some lofty goals. By the time week 1 comes around, what would you want those things to be?
I mean, the biggest thing is we want to get the personnel that we need to have this defense evolve into one of the top defenses in the league. Obviously, you had one of the top offenses in the league, and then, same holds true for special teams. We certainly want to be better there. We've got some good pieces with our returner and our punter and our kicker and our snapper.
Turpin? Bro, I swear to God. I'm going to pivot just a bit. I'm going on a tangent here. Now, is it me? But does like our award systems in the NFL is seeming more and more illegitimate? Like, okay, we ain't gonna talk about how they left Bill Belichick off the Hall of Fame as a first ballot. Insane for like somebody with 6 Super Bowls. Let's talk about the Pro Bowl. Cause I love Shador, but Shador, a damn Pro Bowler, is insane work. You feel me? And then on top of that, half the Cowboys, I love my Cowboys to death. But goddamn, bruh, half our team is on the Pro Bowl roster and did not have a Pro Bowl caliber season. And I'm gonna hurt some feelings, but the only reason why I'm saying that because one name on here, I think he was immediately on the list, and I was like, huh? How did Turpin make the Pro Bowl? I thought Turpin had a trash-ass year. I'm only saying that because I love him. Swear to God, he had a trash-ass year. Maybe the rest of the league has not caught up. The return position has not caught up to the new rules of the kickoff, and Turpin has, and nobody has caught up yet. I know there's somebody on the AFC side that's actually better than Turpin at that, but Turpin had a really lackadaisical year, man. You know what I'm saying? And see, like, him, like, selling that we have a returner in place. Like, I know you paid him, but Turpin had a really shitty year, bro. Turpin in that entire unit lost us our playoff chances single-handedly at that Lions game. I just miss the old award system. I'm talking about in all of sports. I feel like what's wrong with sports, and shout out to Big Game Jets, he said this, bro, it's too much money involved now. And I love everybody getting paid, but I didn't think everybody getting paid would turn the product into this. I really wouldn't. I really didn't. Like, man, I can go on a whole rant with this. Like, the Pro Bowl, I ain't watched that shit in a decade. I ain't finna turn no shit on and watch no damn flag football game. I miss the old Pro Bowl, and I know they taking care of their bodies and stuff like that. I respect that. I'm just talking about from a viewer standpoint, the All-Star game for it's February, right? We finna get ready for the NBA All-Star game. That shit finna be ass. Fuck, I remember when the damn dunk contest meant some shit. It's just, bruh, shit. Sorry, y'all. I got mad.
But usually when you get good defense.
Turpin was an all-pro. Like Turpin did not have a good year returning. I swear to God, he did not have a good year. He did not have a good year returning. He did not. I thought he was out of shape for most of the year. I could tell he was getting tired more easily on certain yardage when he was catching the ball. That's why I'm to the point I don't want him including on the offense anymore. If you want Blue in there so bad, Blue can do what Turpin do. Let Turpin focus on being a pure return specialist and let him get at that. Because I ain't gonna lie, like Turpin, he deserved his contract and everything like that. I just hated that he had a negative impact on him. Like he was literally somebody that was not motivated because he had a full belly. That's just me.
To players, those turn into pretty good special teams players too. So, we just want to evolve into, being really strong in all three phases.
You will be retaining Sorensen, correct?
Yes.
A lot of the time, whenever you take a new job, no matter what the industry is, the new employer of that hiree has expectations and shares expectations. What are some of the expectations that you in the front office shared with Christian and what you want to see out of it?
I think what I just said, we want to be one of the top defenses in this league. And certainly I believe, if we do that, what we can do on the offensive side of the ball, certainly we think we're going to have almost all the pieces back. Then we can have a really great football team. Complement that with a really strong special teams unit, and I think good things will happen for this football team.
And yes, I agree. So like just briefly, I feel like I'm excited because these new hires are going to very much so keep revealing the plan of that, who they hire. It's going to make it very clear on who we should and should not target in free agency and everything like that, and kind of reveal the scheme. Still got to see it in play, but I feel like the coaching hires is going to be a very important aspect of that. They seem like they're going to really veer their plan off that, and I'm very happy to hear that. With that, and I hope I just pray they if we take free agency seriously, I swear the draft will be so easy. If they really prioritize free agency like they talking, I promise you, like if they sign Pickens early and actually use that $30 million and actually go get some dogs in, this draft will be a breeze because and we can truly draft BPA. If we can do that, I'll guarantee you we'll draft another star. I guarantee you we'll draft another star. I swear to God. Yeah, I already talked about Orr. I want Orr. I think Orr would be a great addition. Great addition as an insurance policy and as a possible if Christian Parker fails, he's here. He can be an advisor, do through the process. And if Christian Parker over succeeds and impresses to get head coaching buzz, he's here to take over. Zach Orr is the perfect hire. I think so. All right. You right, you Turpin wore down. So we got something exciting for y'all now. Y'all say here, we gonna show love. I told you it's gonna be a long ass show. With that, let me do this. And then we're gonna do this. Okay. Y'all here, we're gonna give y'all this is my reaction. I told y'all we're officially in draft season now. Yay! My dream is to go to the Senior Bowl one day or the Shrine Bowl, cover it. Going in footsteps on like we seen like what Tuck be doing and everything like that. But we are going to get into the nitty gritty of this entire show. Would you say? We finna get into and reacting to, and breaking down the 1v1s. Let's go. Hey, let me get control of the cursor and everything like that so I can. All right. Now, before I get started, I'm gonna let y'all know I'm pretty early into the process. Like I'm probably like in certain positions I'm fully, on in terms of scouting, but a lot of these guys I don't know yet, but I'm taking this all into account. A lot of guys I do know. So some guys I'm going very deep on. Some guys I even saw their junior film, but you can't see this, but this is Jude Bowery versus Nigelique Kelly. All right. Great punch by the tackle. My bad. I don't have full control. It went all the way back. Yeah, the DM came off all balanced as hell. But great punch by the tackle right there. Getting out there. That's a win by the tackle. Shout out. I don't know who's who. I'm not gonna lie. Fernando Carmona Jr. and Chris McClellan. Bad rip by that. See if I can just eye it. See, like I messed it up. Let me see. All right, it goes. That's 10 seconds, really? All right, I'm probably gonna let this play through so we could just see. And if I see something, then I'll stop it there. But even then, I'm gonna just let it play through. There's a lot of reps in here, so we're gonna let it go through. Yeah, my guy from Arkansas, you got to sync on that. That boy is in your grill. In your grill. That's a big loss. But I think that's the center right there. You gotta be able, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stop that momentum sooner, bro. Too high. All right. Center right here. Okay, I know Jake Slaughter. He's a top center in the draft. Out of Florida. I haven't seen his senior year film, but I've seen his junior year film. I very much so have. Great, hey, that's a great fight by him. You know what I'm saying? He is a little off balance for me, but he did what he could to win a rep right here. That's a win for the center. Win for Jake. Okay, Jeremiah Wright and Caleb Banks. I love Caleb Banks. I love his junior film. I gotta watch the senior film. You feel me? I gotta watch the senior film. Technically, that's a loss for Caleb Banks. The ball gone by then, but good counter, get him off late. But you got to win sooner than that, in my opinion. LT Overton, I remember that name. I scouted him last year because he was supposed to come out. He came out last year and then he undeclared his name. Good. Over counter. Look. I paused it right here with Austin Barber. Off balance as hell. Look out. He's punching without moving his feet. Lost the rep right there. He beat you to his corner. He gets you. Once the DN gets to your corner, it's over. It really is. This is Mark Bell. He got beat inside. That's a loss for the Miami tackle because he got beat inside. It's that really big guy that they talking about right there, 6'7" guy. Yeah, I didn't like how he immediately lost right there. Logan Taylor, Rayshawn Benny. I remember that name. He was supposed to come out last year. Rayshawn Benny out of Michigan. That's a win for Rayshawn. Immediately getting onto the hip of the guard. Okay, this is a guy I like. His rookie end. I saw some of his senior year. Tim Keenan, that nose tackle from Bama. I really liked his film. We don't need no. Wait, you said Overton? That's your cousin? Who's your cousin? Who's your cousin? Put your cousin in the chat. My bad, bro. I'm moving fast. Brockenmeyer. I remember that name. That's the center for Miami. But Tim Keenan, the D tackle from Alabama. I liked his junior film. That's a win for the center. Tim Keenan, he didn't have much pass, but he was a pure run defender. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. You being funny. I thought that was really your cousin, man. All right, Ethan. Yeah. So I'm doing O-line, D-line, and I'm also doing wide receivers and corners too. We're gonna do them both. Good win by the guard right here. Good hands, boy. Good hands. And shout out to everybody who gave me who had the film online, man. You know, I referenced them in the section. Y'all could go check them out. Scott Kennedy, some other guys. You can check out their work. They did some great work with this. Great job by the tackle seeing it inside out, but hey, he lost that. Damn, that was a damn good rip. Pull and jerk, boy. Austin Barber again. You gotta be faster on that punch right there, bro. Like he getting on they beating you on the hand, and when you punch Austin Barber, I swear to God, you stop moving your feet. You always. I think that's the second time I seen you stop moving your feet in the middle of your punch. Fast, like skinny edges like this, he gonna get on. Once he gets to your hip, it's overtime every time because you stopping your feet. You have a big body. I always every time I coach somebody. When I do coach, I tell them, bro, at the end of the day, you got to understand one thing as a tackle. He has to go through you to get to the quarterback. The more you make it like that, the easier I swear it'll be, especially when dealing with fast defensive ends like this. Cameron Ball. It's two guys from Arkansas. That dude lost again, I ain't gonna lie. The Fernando, the 79, he lost again, bro. That's the dude who got bull rushed the first rep. He's just all balanced, man. I hope you're not nervous. Here he is, good on again. You know, Florida versus Florida. Jake Slaughter versus Caleb Banks. Ain't gonna lie, Caleb Banks would be perfect for a 3-4. Y'all seen this film? He's more of a 3-tech though. Good job, good rep by Jake Slaughter right there. You saw he gave up ground and then he immediately like anchored in. That's what I'd be looking at. If you're going to give up ground, you got to immediately anchor in. Why is it important, Lou? Quarterback right there. Quarterback probably taking a 3-5 step drop. If you're going deep, that's, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes 7, 9. Dog, you can only give up so much ground before you right there in the quarterback lap. You got to anchor at some point. Good job by this guard. Good punch right here. Hey, man, you got to swing on 97 like that, but you won the rep, though. You got to swing on him. When he doing that, you got to... Man, you know, he probably... Never mind, don't do that. I don't want you to F up your future. I want you to be nasty, but I don't want you to F up your future because, you know, brother, I don't want you to be problematic. Yeah, keep talking that shit, though. Keep talking that shit, though. Look away and talk that shit, man. Hey, man, get your hand on my face. You know what I'm saying? All right, David Howman. He mentioned this guy for me to check out. I gotta look up his name. Look up his film. This tackle out of Arizona State. And dog, you know what, bro? My old teammate from Sam Houston, he's an assistant O-line coach at Arizona State. I'm going to ask him about this kid. Let me make this note to myself, because bro, y'all know, I'm getting to the age where like I forget things. Ask time. Routes. He got a long last name. Aheen Knocker. Aheen. I want to say it. I'm gonna butcher it. I already butchered it. I'm sorry, man. If you ever watched, I'm sorry. Versus Gabe Jacas. I remember that name. That's the edge from Illinois. Note for me. That's a win for Jacas because I see the athleticism with Max. You immediately gave up ground for him to bend the corner real quickly on you. The quarterback right there, he won. You feel me? I see it though. I'm gonna really study this kid, bro. I can't wait to study this kid, man. Jude Bowery, K-Ron Crawford. Yeah, mama, Todd coaches at Arizona State. Boy, you fell for the bait. And you got pulled with the okie doke. You lost that rep. Win by the D. Why he give a little push at the end, man? Hey, I swear to God, bro, on them smaller defensive ends, they used to give me trouble because I was a bigger dude, bro. You gotta stay. You gotta play mind games with them. They want because the smaller D ends, space is their friend. They can, you know what I'm saying, cross you up and run around you and everything like that, dog. All you gotta do is if you keep in the mindset of stay inside out with him. So I would put your if you're gonna left tackle, your left foot as you're kicking, I'll keep it lined up with his crotch so he can be the midline. Make him run the horn. Space is his friend. You gotta get methodical with that space. At the end of the day, he has to go through you. It's a hit drop. This is a bad rip by both of them, I ain't gonna lie. LT just fired off. He lost the rep, and then JC gave up. I ain't like how he won the rep, but he didn't win it in a technical, pleasing way because his feet was all the way off the ground and everything like that, you know. So I'll give a redo. Brockenmeyer won immediately, boy, with that stab. Brockenmeyer won with that stab immediately. He won with that stab immediately. I mean, like you didn't like. It's like you stayed. Your feet stayed stationary when he fired off the ball. You got to match him. Make sure y'all can stay. If y'all coming in, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the content, man. I'm giving y'all a little added extra. You feel me? A little added extra. All right, here go Mark Bell again versus Derek Moore. Better. The way to sit inside. That was a better rep by Mark Bell right there. Good job by him. He's a big dude. God damn. You see how big his arms are? Shit. I think he like 6'7". He got a great frame. He got to be able to use it right, and he seemed athletic. He just not in position all the time. That was he was in better position there. In better position, Austin Barber. I caught the end of that rip, so you know. Jake Slaughter versus. Oh, got you on that with the hand fight. He won easily on that. You know why? Because you fired off with your head low and you didn't see what you can punch, bro. Cremona, bro. I hope I'm gonna look at your film, but dog, like the Arkansas, I guess he's a center. He's just playing too high, bro. Too high, and can like, and you face some Tim Keenan, dog, man. You playing way too high for me, bro. You playing way too high for me. There you go. Oh, that's the end of that. Okay, I think this is day 2. Shout out to True Blue Buzz. All right, this is Max again. I don't have the names this time, but I remember they face. Good job by Max winning that rep right there. That's the guy oh, yeah, see, hold on now. Hey, David Howman, hey, see, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? He want to swing on you, swing back. There you go. Yeah, I like that. I know the teams like, oh my God, he gonna cause a penalty. Nah, bro, football is like that, dog. I ain't finna listen. You ain't finna let somebody just smack you like that after he lost the rep. He lost the DN lost the rep. You can get smacked back again if you want to get ugly with it. Almost, but yeah, dude. Oh, the D tackle won that rep. That's that same Arkansas center, bro. He's just playing off balance. He plays too hot, man. This is not a good look for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a good look. Like, I think he done lost every rep I done seen. Good job, 68. Stonewalled him. Good job. Ball gone. That's a win. That's a win. That's Brockenmeyer. That's the Miami center. There you go. I'm gonna say he off balance like that. Go on and dump him like that. You got him. Dump him. You can dump him like that. That's not a holding call. It's legal. Good job. .26 just came off the ball like so slow. That's a good win. O-line stringing together some wins, man. Got him outside. Okay. And D-tackle want to get like that with his back turned, you can fold him like that. I ain't gonna lie. Bruh. Again. Jesus Christ. That's the same dude. That's like the 4th time. 4 reps and 4 losses, man. I wanted a little bit more punch, but you won a rep there. I see what you're trying to do there. You try to do like a little cup down right there. Tim Keenan again. Tim Keenan won on that with that swim move. There you go. I like to see that because he's like a very heavy dude, and this is a very skinny edge, man. Good job. He won that rip. There you go. He tried to come with that club. Good way to stay strong with that. Way to stay strong. Good job. Spin move. He won and the ball gone. Hear that? That Max kid. That Max kid is doing something. I don't know. David Howman, maybe. And he fight, bro. I swear to God, bro. Bro, I can't wait to ask my boy Ty about this, man. Coach Ty in Arizona State. I can't wait, man. That tackle that I can't pronounce his name. I ain't going to mix it up. We might have something right there, bro. I swear to God, we might have something. I hope the film matches up. This guy's feisty. And he athletic. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro. He got what's the word? Spunk. He got spunk. I forgot his name. Lyndon Marker or something like that. That center from Miami. He's been very consistent. That's a win by the D tackle. And Miami tackle, he's stringing together some wins. That's a win by the D tackle, right? Man. You laid off the ball guard. You just laid off the ball. You laid out your stance. You got heavy feet. There you go. He did that move again. Why you keep doing that damn move? That rip down, bro. And that's your teammate. You keep you got like, bro. You got beat inside. You overset him. Overset means like you went too wide. Like he didn't even move right there. You know what I'm saying? I told you gotta stay inside out on these guys to protect your inside. He just got ran over. God damn. Number 9, hey, out of Missouri. Hey. Okay. That was a good bull rush. Great counter right there. OU. Who's this OU D tackle, man? Because he a little loose with his hips. He wanted like another rep like that. Great counter right there. I ain't gonna lie. Came with the bull, ripped over for the spin. That was a great little combo right there. I swear to God. Fold him right there, man. You gotta fold him. You had him like that, fold him. Good punch. That's that Oklahoma D tackle again, bro. What's his name? He don't fit the 3-4 though. I ain't gonna lie. He looking like a 3 tech. He might be able to hold his own to 0, but the NFL is just another level. That's just my only thing. Caleb Banks, great counter. Caleb Banks. Damn, Caleb, you gonna run over your own dude. Stay inside out this time. That's a sack, though. Good job. Good job. Good job, Slaughter. I ain't gonna lie. That's a great job. Maybe okay, hold on. This is Max guy again. This Max kid is winning, y'all. This Max kid is just winning. And he feisty. Bro, this dude, I swear to God, he got spunk. Y'all, this Max kid. Get your hand off me. Yeah, guard. Yeah. There you go. Use your big body. Good job right there. This Miami center has been Brockenmeyer, he's been very consistent. Good job, Arkansas D tackle. Yeah. Good job resulting back to the bull. Great counter of resulting back to the bull right there, man. I came on my phone to look at something. If y'all coming in, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the content. We are now finna stay in the Senior Bowl, but we're finna transition to a lot of people it's the wide receivers versus DBs. The little guys, the little people, the little bitty skinny people, the skinny people. Oh. Okay, so we just got through watching O-line, D-line. That favors the defensive line. I ain't gonna lie, 1v1s versus wide receiver and DBs favors the wide receiver. Because they can run real fake ass routes. And then 2, like, you know what I'm saying? Like same thing with the O-line, D-line. D-line can do some fake ass rushes, you feel me? But nasty route right here, though. Sorry, all right, stay with him, corner. Play through the hands. He got his head around, though. 7, you know. Oh, he caught that? Hold on, that's that Georgia State receiver that Tuck was talking about. Is that him? Did he catch that? God, dog, that ain't fair. Good jam. Hook him, baby. Good jam. Okay. Oh, I like he sold it. He sold it. He sold it. He sold it. Good job, DB. Staying sticky on that. I like that, man. In position. That's Overstreet yelling in my damn ear. Shut your head. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. Shout out Clark, man, but yeah, I didn't know. You know, I forgot Overstreet right there. That's Overstreet over there yelling right there. Good route, boy. Ooh, wee. Put it on him, quarterback. God damn. Oh, they selling these routes, man. But like I said, they doing How much of these routes are real routes? You feel me? That's his name, Lulu. Bud Clark from TCU. Bet. Say less. Oh, I know that guy. I looked him up. That's that leading receiver in the college football world. His name Lewis. Lewis. Shoot, bro, I forgot his last name. Y'all know this Boston College receiver? He was a dog at ball. He was a leading receiver. I made sure to look up the top in terms. He was tops in terms of yards. I think he was like numbers top 7. I'm blanking on his last name though. Good jam. Stay with him. Stay with him. Stay with him. Where you go, DB? What happened? Ah, come on, get out of that break right there, man. He looked like a taller corner. That's the thing with taller corners, boy. Your hips, man, got to be what's name. But this receiver from Boston College, we got to really look at, man. I know we ain't looking at receiver. Just saying. DB with him. He running a route for him. DB running a route for him. He with him. He still made the catch. Strong hands. This is Colton Hood. Turn. Oh, come on. Turn back, baby. Ah, you got to turn back. SMU in the house. Oh, good play, DB. Oh, he holding. I ain't gonna lie, that's a flag. Boy, you holding his own way. I gotta make the catch. You created separation. You gotta finish the catch right there, though. Oh, that's holding. That's holding. That's holding. Boy, these boys holding. Lewis Bond. Hey, man, y'all I told you, y'all my savants, man. Y'all some savants out here, man. Lewis Bond. Lewis Bond was a top receiver in terms of yards in production this year. Take a look at him. Just for the sake of it. We don't need a receiver, but I'm just saying. Oh, good comeback, boy. Oh, you gotta catch that. That's on a quarterback right there. He left him. Good route. He big. That's a tight end. Oh my God, Rash. Ooh. My God. That route fake is on the way. I swear to God. Oh, he got a pick. It's your guy, Lulu. You just said him. Oh, I know Kyle Lewis out of the linebacker from Pitt. I heard about him. Beige Boxer, you said Max. He played basketball. We might be on to something right here, Beige Boxer. We might be on to something. Good hand fight right there, boy. God, dog. What happened to the DB though? Oh. That was low-key a little fake route right there. I'm gonna give it to him. Right there, play through the hands, right there. There you go. Good job, DB. Ah, you holding. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hey, you know what I'm noticing? This boy Lewis Bond, bro, it's a lot of people got to hold him. He's a very good route runner. I'm seeing it now. He seems like a gifted route runner. He seemed like a very gifted route runner. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Oh, boy, it's locked up. Oh, he still caught it. I was it's locked up. Damn. That boy, oh, man, my boy from Texas gonna hurt his damn thumb. Oh, he going for all these punches. He might be a safety. Oh, okay. Ain't like he held his hand, but that ball was kind of uncatchable. Lou, I'm calling it now. We need a show called O-Line XXX with you, Vach, and the OC. And we gonna do it. We do it every offseason. It's gonna be a target we might hone in on. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't found a guy just yet. I like Franciscus Muaga out of Miami, but I'm not completely like, I'm considering him. You know what I'm saying? The Utah tackles, Caleb Lomu, the left tackle, I do not want. That boy, he's very raw. Very raw. The other guy, I'll consider him, but he's not like, not with 12. Maybe I don't know. If I'm picking him, they got to be a consolation prize. If I'm picking one of those tackles that I just mentioned, I better have extra picks in the top 100. That's just me. That's how I'm feeling. Oh, get the pick. Good route. Showing hands by the tight end. Okay. A lot of fake routes on there, boy, but good pick. I'm gonna say good job by that DB right there. That was a lot of fake ass routes. I'm currently evaluating Akeem Masador right now, 864, and I'm loving what the hell I'm seeing. I swear to God. I do not know where he can go. I want him on my team somehow, some type of way. It was one draft scenario. I think I saw David Helm. He had the perfect scenario where we trade the 12 pick back to 17 and we pick up 2 extra picks and we take Akeem. I don't think he's, I pray he's there at 22. I pray we can get him in between 12 and 22. Like 17 is perfect, I think. But I'm still evaluating because I love, bro. He's he may be a complete edge, man. Like he's very good. I think he's gonna be something. Great catch, tight end. Hand fight. Good job, DB. Staying with him, getting the head around. Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Who is that? And ain't like he ain't have a chance getting out of that break, man. Nah, boy. That boy ran a route for him. He created the separation, but all right. Shout out to D. Yeah, man. Hey, he said, Rattledge from GA Tech supposed to be one of the best run blockers coming out. How you compare him to Booker? I haven't got that far in guards just yet. The one I'm only like 2 or 3 guards in, and I only like one guard I've seen. I really like that guard from Penn State, Ione. I really like his film, but I'm still trekking along. And Mawaga may be a guard. He may be a guard. I ain't gonna lie. But we'll see. All right, this is Shrine Bowl now. O-line versus D-line. We doing both, you feel me? Caught the end of that, but let's see. Yeah, D-line won that clearly. That boy, you let him all in your chest. You didn't fight back with no hand fight. He dominated that. I love this angle though. Inside out. There you go. Good job, tackle. Tackle won that. Strike. Oh, stay right there. There you go. That boy jumps at him. Good job. That boy jumps at him. Sit. Gwen. Man, you let him back inside, man. Come on now. There you go. Good punch. Good jump set. Good job, center. That spin move. You fell for that spin move. He did it before he even got to you. There you go. Good job. Good job. Good job, man. I ain't gonna lie. These interior guys, they winning in the Shrine Bowl. Hey. off balance a bit, but he won the rep. Oh boy, you let him right into your chest. Okay. Reset the hand. Reset that hand, man. Gotta reset that left hand, man. Oh, his name Rudelich. Okay. Is that the same? Did he try to? Is that the same dude who tried that spin move again? Punch. There you go. There you go. That boy jumps in. This guard from Auburn, he jumps on everybody. There you go. Oh, that was good patience on that rep. He let him inside. I ain't gonna lie. That's a pressure. There you go. I ain't gonna lie. This hey man, this Kentucky center, he got some vice grips on him. God dog. He gonna have traces of everybody jersey on his fingernails when he done with this. The giant 79 is big as hell. I didn't know they had flags. Boy, you got turned around. That boy over here crossed you up like he was a one-on-one player, boy. Dang, man, cross you up all the way. God dang. Oh, boy, you open the gate. Like, you overset it. That's what happened. That's right. When I mean by overset, that's what happens when you overset right there. Like, you overset. That was a huge overset. Huge overset. Oh, yeah, this is what I love about the Shrine Bowl. We got run reps, y'all. We got run reps. I love it. We got run one-on-ones and double teams. Shrine Bowl low-key cooking. We're gonna get more into it. They did run reps. God damn. Bro, like, that's disrespectful. Oh, good hips right there. Good run blocking rep. They zone blocking, okay? They zone blocking. And these defenders are winning this. There you go. This first win I seen from A&M. There you go. Now we're doing double team. This is they doing a duo block right here. Pay attention. This is important to show what D tackles can do a good job. I told y'all the main how you defeat a double team is you gotta split up the double team. You gotta attack one guy and get your hip on the other and get them on the different planes. D tackle did a very good job right here. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. That's okay. That's a good run blocking rep. Who's that? Is that that one guard from A&M? I didn't like his film, but he looking pretty good right here. That Kentucky center, bro. There you go, good double team. Woo! That's how you're supposed to do it, man. That's a duo block right there. That's it right there. That's it. You see how he knocked for his hip? Knocked his ass up out of there? That's it. And, oh, I know that shit hurt too. He went right for his hip. That's what they teach us. That's what they teach us. Boy, he did his job. And boy, that's a touchdown right there. Because now he got up. Imagine the game. Now he up to the second level. Dude defeated. That's a touchdown. Oh, they working double. Man, they was doing all up here in Dallas. They was working games, stunts, two-man pass rushes. They were doing it all. I ain't gonna lie, this is a unpopular opinion. I love the Shrine Bowl drills more than I love the damn Reese's. Good job. I want a little bit more movement, but you ain't low enough, my guy. You saw how he bent there. Ooh, he did it. He won. He lost. He didn't finish well, but he did good. He did good. That A&M D lineman, boy, he fucking shit up on that run. Ain't gonna lie. That is a loss for the guard. Too high. Too high. Okay. Okay. That's a great double team right there. God, dog, they almost killed that boy. Get the hip. Get the hip. There you go. He didn't defeat it. Uproot him. Move up. He missed the hip. That guard missed the hip right there. He whiffed. He whiffed. You know, notice how the D tackles immediately always attacking the guy on the right. Like I told you, you can't defeat a double team taking on at the same time. You got to attack one and root the other with your hip. Yeah. That Central Michigan DN, he's struggling versus the run. I'm gonna tell you that right. That Central Michigan, the Chippewa, the Choppers. I forgot. That's the school Antonio Brown went to. Central Michigan. Yeah, he's struggling. Good double team. Good double team, but then come on, man. That little DN, bro. Come on, bro. Dog, they are getting to it at this Shrine Bowl. They are like way more like I can tell the like Senior Bowl is like more thud. They over here going to the ground. Damn, Aaron White Cotton, what you over here doing with these guys? Man, this little DN, bro. The other one from Wisconsin, but man, these tackles are very much so disappointing me. They playing too high. They tall it. All these tackles are tall as shit, but they playing too high. There you go. That's pick up the stunt right there. So they picking up stunts and everything, bro. Good job. That boy threw it there. Pass off the stunt, man. You gotta punch. Clemson tackle, you gotta punch. You can't catch. You gotta punch. If you don't pick up the penetrator, you don't pick up the stunt. If you don't pick up the penetrator, you never pick up the stunt. There's no way you can stop a stunt if you can't stop the penetrator. That's the guy who's going for the hip. So when a TE stunt, the guy they mentioned first, TE, that means the tackle is first. The tackle is the penetrator, and the end is looping. The looper is not the most dangerous in the stunt. It's the penetrator. It's always a penetrator. That was just a bad stunt. They're not picking. The tackles are doing a bad job of passing off the stunt. How you pass off the penetrator? You gotta like punch his ass so hard because you're trying to. In order, like, we gotta think about it. I'm blocking with my guard. I gotta punch him so hard that the guard picks up that it's a stunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be surprised because you basically knocking him to. You gotta knock the guy to the guard. That's why I don't like these tackles catching it. You can't catch it and then pass off. Yeah, they're on different planes, bro. All right, let's go to DBs, man. This is the last DBs of this show. Okay. Oh God, good. No. All right, NC State. Oh, okay. But you gotta win that rip. You sticky on it. Trigger. You gotta come out of your break faster than that, dog. There you go. Ah, fell on it. He slipped. Yeah, boy, you lost that rip. Yeah. Oh, good sticky coverage. Holding. Georgia receiver running hard. That's my Texas boy, Jake Injuries. Good, strong hands right there. Yeah, you didn't sell nothing on that, but you got to finish that catch. Damn. Flag. Oh, he missed the press, man. Okay. Hold it right there. Oh. Good route, boy. Good route. Sticky on that route right there. And he still caught that, man. I'm really paying attention to these receivers when the route doesn't work, but they still making the catch. God, dog. Good route by the tight end right there. Oh. Oh, okay. Should give him a better ball than that quarterback. Oh. I was gonna say I was really looking at this BYU tight end because he was looking real fluid in his hips, bro. That boy just ran. He just walked past his ass. He just walked past him. This BYU tight end has been routing up some people, man. Oh. This Georgia receiver, he's been cooking. I ain't like he's been cooking. Good, man. Good job, DB. You got the pick too. Holding. And he still, that Georgia receiver is cooking, man. I didn't like that route, but he still caught it. That's a better route. That boy from the FCS, Grizzlies, ain't that Missouri State? $21 from Iowa won every rep. God damn, the DB was all on him. I was saying that's a flag. That DB did not let him run that route. Get him a better ball quarterback. People walking past people. It's like when you walking past them, if you fast, they ain't even. These quarterbacks ain't got no deep ball accuracy. Oh, that did not work, boy. I'm finna say this boy right here. This is the first rep I seen him really lose. He didn't catch it. 86 from Georgia. He threw that. I mean, the quarterback threw the ball before he even got to the top of the stem. Like, what? Boy, that's what happened when you catch him with the ball with your damn chest. Use your damn hands, man. Good route. That's when it came in. I knew it. Okay. Man, that was long. But we got through it, man. We did. We got through it. That was good. Good little session right there. Good little session. We touched a lot in this video. How long is this show? This show is almost 2 hours and 30 minutes, man. You can't say I don't like, man. Come on, man. You feel me? Did a lot. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Christian Parker. I'm very interested to see the hires they do. Catch us tonight when we go live. Bossland, Henny's gonna be there. We're gonna have our it's gonna be a war room for free agents. You know what I'm saying? Man, I like the clips I was able to get from the Senior Bowl and the Shrine. I'm gonna really dig in because David Howman, he's been on it. We brought him on, and he highlighted that tackle for us. That Max, I can't pronounce his last name. Max from Arizona State. I actually have a teammate that's a coach who's an assistant O-line coach at Arizona State. I am going to ask about him. One, I gotta watch his film. And two, I'm going to ask about him. I love the spunk. I love that he was in position. Beige Boxer said he was a basketball player and everything like that. I love that. I'm gonna follow up with that. He's very interesting. He may be a late round or mid round gem. We need to find out for real. Because he seemed like he had it, and I like he was fighting. And he wasn't fighting out of control. He was like, bro, if somebody was pissing him off, he wasn't finna let it. You know what I'm saying? There's a controlled way about it, and I like that he went with a controlled way about it. As far as I love the wide receiver DB drills. Bud Clark, y'all said I should, take Michael Trigg from Baylor. It was some tight ends winning. I think that's the guy I was seeing in the Senior Bowl. I think you so. There's some guys that was unknown. I want to take my eye on as well. Like that D tackle that kept winning in the Shrine Bowl and the Reese's Bowl and the Senior Bowl. Some guys, even though we don't need D tackles, it's just like, hey, BPA every time. We didn't get any. That's what I forgot. I didn't do any wide receivers and tight end reps. That's what I forgot. Well, I got some tight end reps. I didn't get any wide receivers and linebackers reps, but we're fully into the draft season though. I'd rather just watch that film, everything like that. But be on the lookout, man. Be on the lookout. I want to promote some stuff tomorrow. It's gonna be another big show. We're gonna have an exclusive interview with Tyler Booker's daddy, man, Will Devon Booker. Me, OC, and Boss. Be ready for that show. It's gonna be a good one. I'm telling you right now. Going over very interesting story, as y'all know, with the Booker pick. But I wanted to pub this for the one time and the one time only, man. Make sure to check out the other video I did, but this one is finna be fire. You feel me? But yeah, this is gonna be a good one, man. I'm excited and everything like that, man. But if you made it this far, we had a lot of people come through, man. Make sure if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe to the content. We are fully. I may go live again. We'll see. I'm trying to go live, man. I may go live again before it's time to go to work again next week. This is a good week for me to do content, and I did. But other than that, once we have all these coaches together, then we can finally start lining up and where to go in terms of personnel, because now we'll have a definite clue, because we can always look to the past of these coaches we're hiring and predict what we want and what they want and everything like that. The draft, I've been trekking along with these players. I've been scouting. It's a very fun process. I encourage y'all to actually join, become a member, because I'm gonna start releasing my board and start releasing I'm trying to do a draft guide as well, like a booklet as well. So yeah, I appreciate y'all, man, coming through. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to the content again. Until next time, peace.